Hello everyone, this is King and welcome back to my Let's Play on Xenoblade Chronicles 3, episode 71. In the previous episode, we just went off on our own journey off screen to level up some of our classes to rank 10. I just want to give you an update and let you know that did not happen. Well, not entirely as I had planned, but in this episode I did promise we will be doing exploration and side quest. That is still true. I will explain the reasoning for my decision in not ranking everyone up to 10 and some of the discoveries I've made along the way. So let's go ahead and get started, and let's start with some of the discoveries I have found out. So for one, I was reading on the forums and discovered that it would be best to actually save my no-pawn coins for various reasons. I was right on the gold no pawn half whenever we would use that for gems, which is very smart. But I used it when we had 20. That was a mistake. We should save up until we have 99 gold no pawn coins. So that is the new strat. We will be moving forward with that. I kind of had an idea that was the right thing to do anyways, and I got confirmation reading a forum earlier today. The second bit is same thing for the silver no pawn coins. I originally assumed they were worthless, and that is not entirely true. So I was using the silver no pawn coins to level up my class selection up to rank 10 or at least rank 5. It has come to my attention that that is not the best practice to be using silver no pawn coins, or using the silver no pawn coins. We will gain access to something later into the game where we can spend silver no pawn coins to get rare items, and that is what we want to do. We want to save up to at least 80 because we can unlock what's called a no pawn strap, which is one of the best items that we have used so far, and it was given to us for free in the expansion pass. So that's good to hear that you can at least get it yourself, just having to play the game later, just getting it later into the game. So you yourself can get a gold or a no pawn strap, and that's something I want to have in each of my characters' party, at least my healers. I want to have at least one or two more so I can spam that on my healers, because that is an amazing accessory to have and is a must-have. So I'm a little disappointed that I spent all my no pawn coins on that, on leveling up my classes, because I know for a fact I had at least 80. And what I have found out is there's really no guaranteed way to farm silver or even gold no pawn coins. There's ways to get them, but there's no ways to actually farm them. What I mean by that is I tried, I was under the understanding that you could farm silver no pawn coins if you go to skirmishes and just fight those and leave the area, maybe reset the timer to day or night, and come back and fight them again for just easy silver no pawn coin access. That is not true, or no longer the case for me. I've tried that and it did not work. So either I am doing it wrong, or that is a feature that is not a feature in Xenoblade 3. So I'm gonna go with the latter and believe that that's not a feature that Xenoblade 3 offers, and just assume that these are rare commodities that are finite, and we should take better care in allocating those resources to certain things. So we will no longer be spending silver no pawn coins on food or ranking up our classes. That is the go forward strat. And the second bit I learned is you can pin items. For example, I was always, right now my gem setup is pretty lackluster. I still am rolling with a rank 1 gem for our tank, which is something I've been meaning to upgrade for a while now. So for example, Brimming Spirit, we have a level 1 gem for that, and I really would like maybe a level 5 or level 6. But I always hated having to go back and check, okay, I need this, I need that, or I needed to write it down. It was just a little bit of a hassle. But what this game lets you do is if you press the plus sign, you can pin that particular gem recipe. You can go back and you can go to the item field. But what I did is I made items into my little quick menu here. I press Y and I can just click L and see my pinned items. And this is the entire recipe needed for that level gem craft for the boost aggro. So I just see it populates right here, which is very nice and convenient. You can just check every now and then and see, oh, do I have all my stuff? And if you do, you can teleport back to a rest spot and craft it, which is really nice for me. At least it tells me what's what. So I think that was a little nice quality of life that Xenoblade 3 offers. And honestly, it's all overall superior to Xenoblade 1 and 2 in my opinion. Let's see. Another thing I noticed was how to deepen affinity, and what I mean by that, I may be using the words wrong, but for the character selection or the class selection, I was having a hard time having the strategy goes affinity going up for each of my characters, and as you can see, the gauge is going up. But one thing I had the most hardest time was actually the flash fencer. I thought this thing was not going up at all, but as you can see right here, it is actually going up just a tad bit. What I did notice was I was farming low level monsters and it would never go up. I promise you, it would never ever go up, no matter how many I killed. And what I noticed was, if you see here how some of the monsters that level 26 is grayed out, but the level 727 is orange, what I originally understood was that is probably because it's maybe 5 levels below me, so it won't aggro me. But if you take a look here, they're not gonna, some of them are just actually passive, but you're right. But what I've noticed was, if I fight any mob, or any trash mob, or any mob in general that is 5 levels above me, or that's not 5 levels below me, I will gain affinity points for it. So if I was to fight this mob, I don't think I would gain anything, but if I fought this mob over here, I would gain some affinity points that would go towards, you know, unlocking that hero for other characters. And that's what I've been doing, and it goes relatively fast. When I was doing the other method, I would go maybe 30 minutes and it would not budge a single, it just wouldn't go up. But then I fight, you know, something that's highlighted in orange, which basically means they're at least 4 levels. They are at least 4 levels below me. I believe that's what that means. It's just, yeah. So just basically fight people either your level or higher, or at least no less than 4 levels below you, and then you'll be fine. And it goes up relatively fast, honestly. That's what I assumed, it goes up quickly. So we're gonna have Lance main as the flash fencer, and then see Lance. I think Lance. No. Do we already max out Lance? Oh no, it was Tyon. He's gonna be the Strategos. And one thing I also noticed was I gave Flash Fencer a lot of shit previously because I thought they were completely useless class, and the Sword Master or the Sword Fighter was a better class. Honestly, they are all very good. The Smith and the Sword Fighter are very great classes, but what I've noticed is the Flash Fencer is one of the best trash killers I've ever come across. Like, it is a very strong class. What I keep noticing was it had an S for an attack, and I was like, I do not understand where this is coming from, because I do not see that for a fact at all. I don't agree with that. But what I realized was, using this setup, this class can do a lot of damage, and I believe Flash Fencer should only be played on Noah. If you're going to ever play a Flash Fencer, only play it on Noah. And the only reason why I would ever rank anyone else up with a Flash Fencer is to get its critical strike. Hidden Thorns is shit. It doesn't do anything unless it's maybe with a Smith, but they are the same affiliation, so they're never gonna, the Smith will never get the ability to use Hidden Thorns. So unless you can get Flashback, Energy Grenade, and just like move it over to a admin class, sure. But right now, Hidden Thorn is completely useless. It does 35 ticks every 2 seconds. It's a shit skill. It has a 300 plus multiplier, but again, garbage. I would not recommend it. What I would recommend is having cross impact, null slash, and acceleration with Infinity Blade exclusively to Noah. Okay, do not use the Saber Strike unless you just want the smash, which is good in its own right, but not for the purposes I'm using Flash Fencer for. Like, maybe in the future, yes. Right now, absolutely not. Hopefully we can get a different class that has an art, a regular art that has a smash skill in it. That's what I'm waiting for. So for this one, the reason why I say this, we don't need to start off with acceleration. We can actually use acceleration after the rotation, but as a flash fencer, their skills allows right here, the capable hands makes this class the most hard-hitting class early battle. It will give you a 40% damage dealt for the first 30 seconds, and you can deal massive damage. So what will happen is your talent art gauge will fill up by 80%. You just need to fill it up by another 20%. It only takes one skill. You start off with a null slash, so you go to the side, null slash, cross impact into infinity blades, and that does, I've seen anywhere between 10 to 22,000 damage within the first 10 seconds of the battle. Like, it is insane damage. I will demonstrate it to you now. I believe cross impact is a must. It will boost your next, so the buff power charge, what that will do is it'll boost your next art by up to 50 to 75% extra damage. So without this, Infinity Blade would do maybe 7,000. With this, it will do 10,000. If it crits, it will do 20,000 damage. And let me show you. Okay, we are going to go over to Noah, and he is going to go over to this Aligo over here. And what he's going to do is he's going to null slash into cross impact, okay, and then auto cancel into Infinity Blade. Look at this damage. 14,000. That is a non-critical hit. If this was to crit, he would do it for 28,000 damage. It is insane. And he actually does decent damage. On top of that, the Flash Fencer increases damage each time he uses his special arts. Well, for the Aligo, it doesn't really kill it instantly, but for these Flammies, it sure will. So check this out. We will do another side crit into a cross impact, and then animation cancel, and do 23,000 damage. That is a level 27 trash mob killed within the first 10 seconds, and you can just keep on doing that over and over and over again. So for example, we are going to go over here and do that again. Null slash into cross impact, and cancel into, well, we didn't cancel, but we missed. So accuracy is very important as well, but we are going to try to maybe get the gems upgraded so we can get higher accuracy, because right now we are probably set up the best way we can in terms of gems, and I'll go over that in a little bit again in just one moment. So I know this is a bit everywhere, but bear with me. So for the accessories, I wholeheartedly believe having increased crit is very nice, because that's the difference between 10,000 damage, right? We are basing this off our 14k special arts into potential critting into 28k, which we've seen just now. It's insane. It was like 24,000 damage. Boost attack by 25%. Having high attack is always great, but what really sets him apart is having empowered combo. So when you cancel, you boost your damage dealt by 30%. So what happens is, in a perfect world, you will, let's see, you will null slash, cross impact, auto animation cancel into Affinity Blade. It'll give you 30% extra damage. You crit that, and that's 28k off the bat. So you're getting 30% extra damage of automatically 10,000, right? And then you have a chance to, well, it's basically just 100%. So you can get like $14k damage in Infinity Blade, and it goes up to 28k if you do all that. But you need to animation cancel in order for that to work properly, because if not, you'll just do maybe 10,000 damage, which is not that bad. It's still 20, but that's the difference between, you know, 8 and 4k, which is important. So I'm gonna try that again. Just gonna auto null into cross impact, animation cancel, and do 14,000. It's so good. The damage is insane. So let's try that one more time. We're gonna animation cancel into cross impact, into animation cancel this, and it does 15k, 10k, 11k, hit them both. That's insane. Then we can go to acceleration and just auto. Because what's going to happen is he's going to auto and build up all of his arts. And then we're going to focus on fusion arts and just wait for wide slash. And once that happens, we are going to null slash into, let's auto a few more times, to fusion arts cross impact. And we're just going to wait. That's all we're going to do. We're just going to wait. And it does so much damage. So let's go null slash fusion arts, and we're just going to build up Infinity Blade. And each time Flash Fencer uses their special arts, it increases their damage by 35%, maximum of like 200 or 250, something like that. But it's insane. So we're going to spam acceleration as soon as it pops up, auto into null slash, and just wait. Let's see if I can get another crit, hopefully. Let me try one more time and then we'll move on. Okay, we're gonna go auto into null, into cross, into animation cancel Infinity Blade. It does 15k, that's okay. And then we're gonna acceleration into auto, and just rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Okay. Cross impact into animation cancel. We didn't animation cancel that, but we did 20,000. That one crit. If we would have animation canceled, we would have got 28k. But still, crit, it ranges anywhere between 20 to 28,000. Non-criticals, it's anywhere between 10 to 14. It is great damage, and you can replicate that on a sword fighter with overclocking buster. Non-dazed will do similar damage, 10k. Dazed targets will do the same amount as a Flash Fencer. So the sword fighter can do the same damage, but it would require a lot more setup. And without the proper setup, it can still do a decent amount of damage, anywhere between 7,000, 10,000. And it has a high enough crit to where it basically acts like a Flash Fencer. So how I see Flash Fencer is it can do huge amounts of damage early game, and Sword Master just takes a little bit of setup, but it can do the same amount of damage later into mid game, late game. And I do have them as a Yumsmith. Yumsmith are very decent because of this dot. It does so much damage, but I think since I already maxed it out, I'm going to go over to maybe a Sword Fighter or Ogre. I mean, I want to give Ogre more attention because it says it's an S tier for attack, same as the Flash Fencer, and I haven't been giving it much love, so I might want to check that later. I don't really see how that's the case. Like, originally I didn't think Flash Fencer was good, and I still don't think it's that good. I still think it's only useful on Noah and Noah alone. On anyone else, I think it's pretty much garbage. So let's keep it on the Yumsmith because it's AoE based. So I would use Yumsmith for AoE groups, and then a Sword Fighter for solo fights. And then he excels late game, he excels early game. And I said only with Noah. I don't believe he can work well with anyone else, because I tried it with their original class art and it doesn't do much damage at all, so it's not really worth it. Alright, let's go ahead and continue. I think that's all I learned today, and that's everything. We are going to do some exploration and side questing. This episode we are just going to explore, because I believe that's all we have time for today. So we're going to look at the Pentelas region and go with, let's explore the southern quadrant first, because I feel like that's probably going to be the easiest to explore. Probably go over here, and then over here, and then go from there. Okay, let's go. And the side purpose of exploring right now would be to pick up everything, kill the UMs, see if we can kill all the trash mobs we see. I want to have you as a flash fencer, and then I'm going to system into... No, we'll be fine. Maybe I want to main as a healer.
Do exactly as I say.
Who do I want to go as? Sorry, just want to take a look real quick. Because I want to leave Noah alone. He will basically do exactly what I just showed you by himself. I watched him do it, especially if you do auto battle, he will do it by himself. You know what? Let's do the auto battle. It's simple and it's very nice, and I can pay attention to people playing. Or let's see how the AI handles auto battles, and they do it pretty well. AIs will do auto battle pretty well. Let me main as Noah and I'll show you. Let's go and just explore. Okay, we're not going to fight EMs, but we are definitely going to fight UMs. And I believe elite monsters give silver no fun coins. I'm not entirely sure. So watch this. He's going to go null slash when he gets in position, I believe. There you go, null slash into infinity blade. And it does 10,000 damage, so this is just a easy 10k. But after that, it pretty much just plateaus, and it stalls for like the longest time. So after that, whenever he uses that combination, his null slash is probably his best hitter, and it does decent damage. So that's why I wait for acceleration to be used after infinity blade. To me, it's just a nice little combo. I want them to focus on fusion arts. There we go. Look at that damage. Fusion arts will do so much damage, so always focus on fusion arts. Having a Smith is also very nice, because if you see... Well, it's not apparent right now, but whenever he uses their dot, it does 500 per second. Anywhere between 380 to 500 per second. For Blaze, it does a decent amount. It is way better than Burn, because Burn does 50 every 2 seconds, but Blaze will do it every 1 second. For every second, it does 380 damage. It's insane. Okay. We are probably just gonna pay attention to what they drop, because I want to craft higher tier gems, because I'm in chapter 4 with the level 1 gem. It is embarrassing. I may want to control him so I can get a maybe potentially higher damage, so we can get this over quicker. So maybe I may consider that, but I also just enjoy watching them play, because they play. I would argue the AIs fight better than I do, and I believe that the AIs fight way better than I do. If I was just to auto battle an entire fight, they would probably most likely do better than me. But I'm sure if I try to be perfect, I can in some cases do better, but long run I think AIs would always beat me. Okay, let's see. Let's try to see if we can get this ether deposit over here. We're going to do the same strat as last time. We are going to go and fill out the corners, and let's just go from there. This thing should open here. Let's interact with this.
Okay.
So I do expect exploration and side questing to take up a lot of the future upcoming episodes. I would estimate anywhere between 5 and 10. So just want to let you know. This is episode 71, so around maybe episode 80, I'll stop the side questing. I don't anticipate this to be done anytime soon. We got dainty shrooms. Okay, it's good to know. I probably won't remember it, but it's probably a good idea to at least be or try our best to remember where we get our stuff. When I am done exploring, what I will do is probably go off. Oh right, and I did want to tell you, while I was grinding, I leveled everybody up by one, and it was passive. It was not something I was trying to do, and it's something I explained in my episode at the very beginning of my episodes when I said there are going to be times when our main intentions, our main goal is to do one thing, and then the byproduct would be the characters leveling up, which is not our intended purpose, right? So the intended purpose for me was to level up my class rank, and then the byproduct was the characters leveled up. So what I did is I went over to all or any unique monsters that I previously fought. I went to the tombstone and I just kept reactivating it and having it spawn back up and using that to overkill. So I'll wait till a chain attack happens and then I'll just overkill it. And for that, it was the most, it was probably the best investment of my time. I tried killing low level enemies. It didn't take too long, but I would only get maybe 1 to 3 CP per kill. But if I was to fight maybe a level 17, 20, 23 UM, and I was to overkill with that UM, I would get anywhere between 150 and 180 CP per kill. And it will take an average of maybe 5 minutes. So that was obviously the better investment in terms of time. It was just hands down better. But it would give you 300% more CP, but in turn would also give you 300% more EXP. So as I said, as you see, you know, the byproduct is just leveling up. That wasn't the intended purpose, but it happened to be like we leveled up by 1. And I didn't want to over level myself, so that's kind of what pushed me towards the route of like, maybe I shouldn't do this anymore. So that is one of the reasons why I decided, hey, I shouldn't probably continue doing this. And I wanted to level up my class selection more organically anyways. I kind of look back and see, hey, is this really a good idea for me to do that? Would it be in my best interest to at least rank up some classes to rank 10? And honestly, not really. I didn't see any real purpose, because what I've noticed is we love sticking with Kavesi classes. So these are classes that are time-based arts recharge and not auto-based arts recharge. For some reason I just prefer that over the latter. So a lot, and also our party build kind of revolves around defense anyways, and accuracy down. Where are we going? We're gonna go send off this guy over here. And I really like auto battles because I can talk and not even have to think about fighting. That is like the best thing I've yet to come across.
Would you mind?
So what I basically just did is I went to systems and I activated auto battle, and what that means is each time I go into battle I will automatically initiate auto battle, but this can be done manually. So if you were to turn that feature off and just initiate battle and then press the minus button on your controller, it would initiate auto battle like that. So that would be just a manual activation. The reason why I have it automatically is so I don't have to constantly press the minus button. It can just be a bit tedious. In certain cases, auto battle does not work. So for example, fighting UMs, auto battle will not work. And for me, that wasn't a big issue, because all I would do is, I don't want to fight a Rogal, I'm sorry. All I would do is I would take a bunch of healers with me, and then maybe one tank. I would play as that tank and just auto hit. Just, you know, maybe use a skill every now and then and just auto hit. I'll leave, I'll come back. Or actually no, I would play as a healer. You know, I'll just like move over to any of my healers, because I would have 3 healers or 4 healers, right? And I'll just use my healers to auto attack and just let everyone else do their thing. I'll come back and everyone's all leveled, you know, I'll come back when the UM's HP is low, and then just chain attack and finish it off. And that's what I did. That was my pseudo auto battle stratagem. And it worked because I was getting tired of fighting. Like, I know it was 5 minutes, but it was just like I could be doing other things, or maybe I can get a cup of coffee and let them auto dwindle the HP down. Because I'm not much of a grinder. I mean, I'm okay with grinding, but sometimes it can be a little bit mind-numbing, right? Let's head over here a little bit further east to see if we can unlock that area. I don't think we can. I think we need to go up, to be honest. Is that accurate? Yeah, it seems like we need to go up. Okay, we'll go here. And I believe that's where the main story quest is going to take us anyways. So I just want to make sure real quick. We're going to try to do this. Yeah, the main story is going to be over here. So we may have a main story cutscene. I'm not entirely sure. But if we do, I'm going to try to avoid it. That's all I'm going to say. I am going to attempt my best to avoid it. Let's check our items to see if we got anything regarding our... Nope. Nothing. Maybe we're in the wrong area, who knows? What I like to do is maybe check in on that every now and then, so I can at least know, like, within the past 30 minutes I have killed something or I have picked something up that was relevant to the gem requirement. So it's a lot easier to backtrack versus killing every little thing and then writing down what they dropped. Did I pull down that ladder? Yes, I did. That's fine. Yeah, this guy's gonna follow me for a very long time. I remember last time. Wow. He killed the tank. That was a tank, right? No, Noah's not a tank. Noah is a attacker. Sorry. He's wearing the tank skin. It can be a little confusing. Alright, Mio. You're taking lead. I am a bit far into this episode already, but I will try to... What I will do is probably go up on that hill and see if I can actually get back to where I was previously and then decide what I want to do from there. Before I do that, I want to show you the progression in the classes. So you see it's going up slowly, very slowly, versus last time it wasn't going up at all. And this is going up too. See, this is halfway. This guy is... So we have halfway for uni. And we're just killing random mobs. It's going up very fast. What's the requirement is you just have to fight characters that are either your level or higher, no less than 4 levels below you. That is what I believe. I have no definitive proof, just in terms of experience and trial and error. Seems it only goes up when those requirements are being met, and you can just kill. You have to play. You have to have a character as that character. For example, since we have the inheritor of Flash Fencer being Noah, Noah would have to play as a Flash Fencer for the other characters too, to have a chance of unlocking that. And they did say the more of the same class you have, the better. So if I would have done this when I had Ethel, it would have been a lot better, or a lot faster, but we didn't unlock Ethel until she left the party anyway, so it wouldn't really... I don't believe it wouldn't. No, it did, because there was a point of time when we had the opportunity to fight with Ethel and Noah being a Flash Fencer, but we decided not to do that and just pursue the story. So I remember that episode. We did decide to hold off on that. And I don't think that's that big of a issue, because really Flash Fencer is really not that useful aside from Noah or having the increased critical buff. And that's at level 5, and honestly, I'm in no rush to get that. It's not really something that I would, go out of my way to grab, but once I have it, it's definitely more useful than not having it. And that's the only thing I can see being useful in terms of the skills or arts you can get from actually unlocking a Flash Fencer. What do we get? Sharp Hawks. I want to get a food item that increases my item drop or enemies drop rate, but I need like wolf meat or something like that, and I don't want to spend a silver null coin once I, once I found out that how valuable silver null coins can be. I really want to do my best to save them because I have 14 now. The goal is to get 80 because I want that no pawn strap. I haven't unlocked the trader yet, so it's not really. I can't really, even if I did have 80, I wouldn't be able to purchase the no pawn strap. But in anticipation of unlocking it in the future, I want to hurry up and save. Because I kind of regret using them all on the class selection levels. Knowing I would have probably had 80 by now already. So it's just a bit disappointing. We're gonna grab all these stuff here and then kill this guy. Black liver beans. I just want to pay a little attention to what they drop. So if I see an enemy I haven't killed yet, I'm probably gonna kill it a few times to see if it drops anything nice. But we want to focus on fusion arts. I think that's the only thing I really have to maybe change, is whenever we're auto attacking, we just maybe fusion first and focus attack. And as for my classes, I do want to, if I rank 10, I want to change them out. So for uni, we got Senna, we got a few rank 10s. We'll do that in the next episode because this episode is about to come to a close. I want to just get a little closer here. Huh. I believe we can climb down from there, and there's a little dragon. I don't want to fight that dragon, so I know that's the progression of the story. I will not be doing that anytime soon. Or at least maybe in the next 5 episodes I might kill the dragon, who knows. But in the next episode we are going to be continuing exploration, maybe find other areas of interest and killing mobs. It was similar as we did in this episode, but it will be more concentrated on the exploration bit.
What have we got around here?
We may do some side quests, I don't know. I think we will probably kill this dragon before we even do any side quests, because I want to explore the rest of this area. But we'll find that out next time. I'll see you guys in the next one.